Welcome back, you're watching Cruise1st TV and it's time for another one of our special shows celebrating Cruise Week with our friends at CLIA, the Cruise Lines International Association. It's a fabulous 7-day event where we've lined up special deals from all of your favourite cruise lines and we've added that Cruise1st exclusive bonus if you book with us by the end of this Sunday. Now this is a great week to maybe discover cruising for the very first time or just to look at new options for your next getaway. Break your own travel boundaries and see the world. The amazing thing about cruise holidays is that there really is something out there for everyone.
Welcome to the world of cruising, where every moment is a memory waiting to be made. Imagine waking up to a new and exciting destination every day, all while enjoying the comfort and luxury of a floating resort. Whether you're a sunseeker, a history buff or a foodie, there's a cruise for everyone. With endless activities, gourmet dining and entertainment that never stops, every moment is an epic adventure. And the best part? Unpack only once and the world comes to you. It's time to set sail, create unforgettable memories and explore the world effortlessly on a fabulous cruise adventure where the journey is just as incredible as the destinations.
Which so makes me wish I was on a holiday, and some of my happiest time on board ships over the years is with the mighty cruise line featured in this show, the one and only Royal Caribbean. Big mix of fun, action-packed adventure and something for everyone. And joining me on Cruise Week from Royal Caribbean, Tori Kings-Hodkin. Welcome back, Tori.
Thank you very much.
It's lovely to see you. Happy Cruise Week and all of that.
And to you too. Good to see you.
It's a great little celebration, actually. It's a great reason to kind of rekindle our love for cruise lines, cruise holidays, because it is a really nice, deserved getaway, isn't it?
It is the best holiday, in my opinion, not that I'm biased, that you can possibly choose. And there really is a cruise for everyone, as you say. And it's a great celebration of that and everything that cruise has to offer.
I love the fact that you're so calm and you're so zen because you work for one of the most wonderful cruise companies, Royal Caribbean, because it's all about smiles, joy and good news. There's never a reason not to smile with Royal Caribbean, is there?
No, we are fun all the way, and it's fun to work for the cruise line and even more fun to experience the product. So we're incredibly lucky because we get to talk about this amazing cruise line.
I know.
All day, every day. So.
Incredible. And there's always something happening as well. You're never short of things to talk about because there are new ships, 2 new ships on the way, right?
We do indeed. So having 1 new ship in a year is incredible. Having 2 is just insane. So there's so much to talk about. 2 new ships coming, as you say. So we've got our 6th Oasis class ship coming, which is Utopia of the Seas. She starts sailing in summer 24. And then we've got Icon of the Seas, which is our first new ship class in 10 years. So really, really big news for us as a cruise line.
Honestly, it feels, we were talking just before we'd switched the cameras on here, and I'm like, it feels you can't blink. And something else has happened in Royal Caribbean. Yeah,
I mean, we never stop. We never stop. We never stop innovating. We never stop doing things new. There's always something new to talk about. And talking about Icon, she is really 50 years of innovation, all coming together, the best of all of our ship classes on one brand new class of ship.
I honestly can't wait to see, because I know there's going to be something very, very new and exciting to talk about there. So, as we celebrate Cruise Week, let's get you on one of these adventures then, shall we? Later on, we're on Oasis of the Seas for a Western Caribbean cruise and stay in Fort Lauderdale for the start of 2025. Yeah, we're booking that far ahead and even further as well, let me tell you. We'll take you to Quantum of the Seas for next September on a holiday which ticks all these off the list: Vancouver, British Columbia, Seattle, San Francisco and Hawaii. And a chance to explore the Greek Isles on Explorer of the Seas next June on a full package with flights and transfers. But first, a late deal and a half with a chance for you to get away in the next few weeks on a cheeky exclusive double upgraded getaway cruising from Southampton to New York over 15 nights on this beauty, Anthem of the Seas. And Tori, you've just come back from an Anthem cruise.
I have indeed.
You were up in the fjords, weren't you, on the North Star?
First time in the fjords, and I have to say I was absolutely blown away.
Anthem, though, is just, oh.
She's a really special ship, actually.
Yes, she is.
She's really well loved in the UK market, and to be in the fjords and have, as you say, the North Star, so our full glass viewing capsule, and she kind of, the arm extends and she goes right up into the air and out across the sea. So being in the fjords, surrounded by all that natural beauty.
I can only but imagine.
Amazing.
Now, this is taking us a little bit further afield than the fjords as well, because of course we're going transatlantic, but we're not just going from, you know, from one to the other. We're not just going from Southampton to New York. We've got lots of exciting adventures along the way as well. Oh my word, where do we start with Anthem? Because your day can be absolutely, completely and utterly packed with all of these whizzy-bang activities, or you can just
chill and relax. So the area I love is the solarium on board.
Have you been on the swing?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
I've said this for so many years, and Mr. P always laughs at me when I talk about this, but it is just one of the most ridiculous feelings in the world. It's a giant swing as well, isn't it?
It is.
In the middle of this wonderful, warm oasis. The weather can be doing whatever it likes outside, doesn't matter. You are in what feels like the Caribbean inside. The oasis, the solarium is just this oasis of calm, isn't it?
Oh, it's just beautiful. You've got all the little whirlpools, and you're kind of surrounded by glass, looking out onto the ocean. And I like nothing better on a transatlantic, actually, than just finding my spot in the solarium and just watching things go by.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, there's a lot to be said for doing absolutely nothing sometimes. You know, take some time to really just zone out. Well, disappear into your daydream.
I was on board last week with my parents and my brother and his wife. So my brother's wife is super active. She was up every morning in the fully equipped gym, doing the gym classes. We had a much more leisurely start to things. You just go and grab a nice leisurely breakfast and then, find your spot in the solarium and just chill for the rest of the day.
Must be quite fascinating for you to take a family group as well who are multi-generational to see how each of them takes something different from a ship like this. Because I think a lot of people might look on first glance at these videos and think, oh, this is just for the young uns.
And you're so right to pull that out, because that absolutely isn't the case. And multi-generational families is a huge thing for us. It is absolutely huge.
Well, Royal are the cruise line, I would say, that pretty much ticks every box. I always sit here and say, and people have heard me say it a million times, you know, 222, 82, 92, it matters not. Everyone just has the time of their life. Now, we're going to have just a quick look at this transatlantic journey in a list here. 15 nights you're on board out to New York here. But look, I mean, normally when you think of transatlantic, you think, OK, well, that's going to be all at sea, isn't it? That's it. I'm just going to be, you know, enjoying what's on the ship, which on Anthem would just be pennies from heaven. But look at this, over 15 nights, we go out via Vigo in Spain, Lisbon, which is a most beautiful city in Portugal. If you've never been there, you must get out there. We're going via 2 of the Canary Islands as well, Lanzarote and Tenerife as well. Then we do overnight where? Oh, in Bermuda. Yeah, so after we've gone across the pond, we've got our overnight in King's Wharf in Bermuda, and then we've got a day at sea into New York, and then we fly back to the UK. But I would definitely be talking to our team about adding a couple of nights in New York. It kind of, you'd feel cheated if you just sailed to New York and then went straight to the airport and came home. But if you did, your price tag, oh my word, it's ridiculous. Now, this is an exclusive to us right now. It's less than a month away, so you'll be getting on board in less than a month's time right now, on the 15th of October, and I might be coming with you yet. You join Anthem in Southampton, 15 nights of that fabulous cruising, of course, via all of those wonderful destinations. Now, you're going to be paying an inside price for this, but exclusively, we're upgrading you. Not just once, twice. And guess what? Yes, you'll be hearing the whoosh of the balcony doors, because that's where we're upgrading you to, and we're including the flight back from New York. So, price, Mr. P, if we can, straight away, you're going to save £400 each on this offer right now. It is a late deal, it is ridiculous, and we are double upgrading you, whether you like it or not. You lucky, lucky people. And that's the way to see this journey as well. And don't forget, of course, if you book this by Sunday, you're also going to get our exclusive future cruise voucher as well, which is going to save you up to £175 off the next cruise booking, which will be made as soon as you get back from this one. It's going to happen, isn't it? absolutely is going to happen. Now, when you get to New York, I've got some options for you, so let's go and have a look at those as well. This is brilliant, right? How good is this? How tempted are you, Tori, on this?
Well, New York's my favourite city in the world. So incredible.
Well.
Anthem and New York together, that is dreaming.
Yeah, perfect. I would love to go on this. Honestly, I truly would. Now, to add a two-night New York stay to this one, you can do that on this offer from $299. How about going from New York across to Orlando? You can add these together as well, by the way, if you want to. We can make a complete package of different destinations. But 4 nights in Orlando, so flying out from New York to Orlando for 4 nights from an extra $299, which again is amazing value for money. How about, I've just come back from there myself, from Las Vegas. Tori and I were just talking about our stories from Las Vegas, which we can't tell you on the telly. 4 nights, yeah, I'm just going to say Elvis and leave it there. I'll put it in the book. I'll put it in the book. Ridiculous story. I could never tell it on TV though. 4 nights in Vegas you can add to this deal as well from $599 per person. And you can add an extra cruise to this offer as well. 6-night Bahamas cruise from $849 as well. And of course you can combine a couple of those. So if you wanted to do a couple of nights in New York, we haven't put an LA option on there, but you could do an LA option as well. And LA and Vegas are very, very close to each other. Listen, and you cannot end your life without having been to Vegas, let me tell you. It's almost compulsory. It's ridiculous. Call us right now, 0800 953 4700 and get that booked in as quickly as you possibly can. Now, we are celebrating Cruise Week this week and we're doing it with Royal Caribbean as well. We're going to jump straight into our next cruise, actually, because we've got a lot to fit in. I knew this would happen, Tori, because we can natter.
Too much to talk about.
We can talk a glass eye to sleep. Greek Isles cruise, 15th of June next year. This is a full package, flights and transfers included here, with other dates in October. Also, you can be going on this one in the next few weeks as well, if you like, and May to October in next year. Now, we will fly you out to Venice, and you'll be sailing from Ravenna, which is the port for Venice, to board Explorer of the Seas, which is wonderful. Now, Explorer, quite a bit different to Anthem.
Yeah, very different feel. Still very much got the Royal Caribbean feel to her. She's smaller, and you can see by the itinerary, so she can get into much smaller ports than a ship like Anthem can. She has a really special feel about her, Explorer. There's something about the atmosphere. I mean, service is great across all of our ships, but most people that go on Explorer talk about the quality of the food and the service. It feels very, very personal on Explorer. The
food across Royal Caribbean, I have to say, is exceptional. And I'm quite a sceptical consumer. I'm quite a good person for this job. I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I'm just saying that because I am quite discerning. So if there are things to kind of pick out, I'll be the one that picks them out. Yeah. But actually, I know that every time I've been on board with Royal, there's the choices that everybody wants. Everyone looks happy. There's nobody walking around grumbling going, well, they've got nothing for me.
Well, you can eat really well in all of the options that are included. So main dining, grab a slice of pizza at Sorrento's. Our Loco Fresh on some of our ships, which is the most fantastic Mexican food, all included in the price of the holiday. And then you've got other options like Chops Grill. Have you eaten the Chops?
Have I?
The most divine steak ever.
Oh, amazing. I will come back and discuss that more in just a moment. I can taste it already. So here's where we're going on this one. So you join Explorer in Ravenna, which is one of the Venice ports. And then we have a day at sea into Santorini. We've got Mykonos, Athens, Katakolon in Greece, and then a day at sea back into Ravenna and the flight back from Venice as well. If you want to add a couple of nights in Venice there, then absolutely perfect. Ravenna is just a bit further down the Italian coast because you know the situation with cruise ships into Venice, quite rightly as well, because we want Venice to be absolutely pristine forever and ever and ever. So June next year, full package, as I mentioned here. So flights and transfers all included. So you haven't got to worry about, okay, the flight comes in there, but the cruise goes from there because the transfers are included anyway, which is perfect. Oh my word, is that really the price tag? Wow, this is good. You've got to see this. That's really, really good. For June, that is hot to trot, let me tell you. I mean, this is one of the biggest cruise companies, if not the biggest cruise company out there. And look at this. I mean, you've got such a range of amazing ships, and this is an incredible itinerary, and there is so much included for that price as well. Once you see the service and the facilities on board, all the lovely pools and places that you can go, places that you can eat included in that price tag, incredible. Now, if you like the look of the offer, we've got other dates from a few weeks away. So you could be going on this in like October, November, and there are dates next year, May through to October. So that's the price for the 15th of June next year. But if you want a price for another date, just call the team. Let's go for upgrades on this as well then, to take you up to balcony or, ocean view, balcony, or indeed suite as well. They're all incredible options. I have to say, on a Royal Caribbean cruise, I mean, yes, wonderful. I mean, balcony, if you can, absolutely do, because on every cruise, you kind of, there's just something about waking up and just hoping you're not facing the port and opening up and, you know,
morning and evening for balconies. Yeah. As you say, first thing in the morning, open the doors, seeing that scenery, and then sitting on the balcony in the evening when you get back with a glass of wine.
But also, if you're with your other half, I think sometimes, you know, one of you wakes up in the middle of the night and just needs a breath of fresh air, or just needs to get away from the noise that's happening on the other side of the bed. Apparently I'm the one. I don't hear a thing, but anyway. But sometimes it's quite nice to I'm just going to go out and see, even if it's dark and whatever, just go and see what's going on, have a nose.
Just listening to the sea and and sunsets from your balcony. It's perfect.
Yeah, you must have really enjoyed that up in the fjords as well. Yeah. Anyway, right, listen, we must move on to our next adventure. We're off to British Columbia, the Californian coast, and Hawaii next with a Vancouver stay. I know, this is going to tick a lot off the bucket list for you as well and make you feel well-travelled. Part of the world I would love to see as well. 16 nights all told. 29th of September for next year, so we're advanced planning here. And we fly you out to Vancouver in Canada first for a 2-night stay. Have you ever been, Tori, to Vancouver?
Do you know, I've never done Vancouver. This is on my bucket list, this cruise, because it looks insane. Do
you know the more, and the fascinating thing about doing this show is I see Vancouver quite often because a lot of the Alaskan itineraries go out of Vancouver. So we quite often see, and I am fascinated. The more you see it, the more you want to. Then it's cruise time, and here we are. Same class of ship, of course, as Anthem of the Seas, but Quantum was first, of course.
She was the first of, so the first ship in every class takes the name of the class. So
Indeed.
Quantum was the first Quantum class ship, as you say, and she's got all of those fantastic features that Anthem has as well. 270 Lounge is one of my favourite places on a Quantum class ship.
Yeah, just paint the picture for people who've never been in a lounge like this.
So 270 degrees of glass at the very back of the ship. So you imagine in Alaska, the fjords, just looking out across the scenery, and you can just sit in there, have a nice cocktail, glass of fizz, tea or coffee and a piece of cake, and just watch the world go by. It's dreamy in there.
And then at night, all those big windows turn into part of the show, don't they?
Yeah, which people can't quite believe.
I know, it is quite mind-boggling until you've seen it. You kind of do have to see it.
Yeah, and you've got the robotic screens, you have Spectre's Cabaret, which is really difficult to describe. Really fun, really quirky, something a little bit different.
Yes, it's kind of a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of, it feels a lot more intimate than a big production show, doesn't it?
Yeah, very different to being in a theatre. It's much more intimate space.
It's lovely, it really is. Let's have a little look at where we're going out of Vancouver on this one. This is going to be wonderful. I mean, look at this itinerary here. You're doing San Francisco on this itinerary as well, which is lovely. You're doing an overnight in San Francisco as well. You're also doing an overnight in Maui as well. And I know, after what's happened there recently, it's so important that the cruises, and I know the cruise lines are part of the relief effort there and have been donating huge sums as well to getting this part of the world kind of back on its feet. But it's such a beautiful part of the world as well, isn't it?
I think this is real bucket list stuff.
Yeah, completely.
It's the sort of thing that, and to do it on a cruise, I think you just get the best of everything, because you can get to see a lot of different places and then perhaps decide where you want to go back to another time. Yeah.
It is a wonderful package, this one, honestly. If you haven't seen this part of the world, it kind of gives you the best of everything, because you have got the stay in Vancouver and a really, really interesting itinerary down the Californian coast and then on to Hawaii as well. So you come back thinking, wow, I've actually done a lot. As one that's old enough to remember being at school with an atlas, and then even at the age of 20, not even knowing where America was, in relation to us. I mean, if you open that atlas now, and drew the course of your holiday here, you'd be certainly very, very impressed. And you should do that right now, but with the modern form of that, which is one of these gadgets and Google Earth or whatever it is. Low deposit we can put on this right now, just £199 each, and your price tag for the whole adventure with an amazing cruise as well. You'll love Quantum, you'll love the restaurants, you'll love the kinetic sculptures and artworks around the place. The feel of it is wonderful. 2299 per person. And I don't know if we touched on this earlier in the show, but this is absolutely brilliant for everyone. So if traditionally you would have taken one of those sort of tailored and escorted holidays to a part of the world like this, honestly, take a Royal Caribbean cruise because you can be just as tailored and looked after as part of your excursion experiences in these wonderful destinations as you can with literally following the same group of people, you know, from coach to coach to coach, if you know what I mean. This is a wonderful way to see the world and so much of it as well. Let's have a look at the upgrades then. So going up to Ocean View, going up to Balcony and going up to Suite on this one. Let's talk about excursions for a second, because again, you know, people think, okay, well, these Royal Caribbean ships are all about climbing walls and things to do and this, that, and the other, but their excursion offering is so rich and so researched and so careful as well, isn't it?
And extremely popular. So our shore excursions generally sell out way before the ship's even sailed.
Yeah.
You can book all of that on the Royal Caribbean app or on the pre-cruise planner before you get on board. So you get on board, you're done, you're dusted, you know exactly what you're going to be doing on your holiday, and everything is taken care of.
And we do like to be organised, don't we?
We do indeed.
Absolutely. Right, okay, now I have to move on again because we've got a bit of a surprise upgrade offer on this next package, which is brilliant. Now, it's the Western Caribbean and Perfect Day with a Fort Lauderdale stay. It's 9 nights and there are dates from November this year through to April next year, and then November next year through to April in 2025. But the price I'm going to give you, 3rd of January on 2025. That's brilliant. That would be nice to get in the diary now, wouldn't it? Knowing that 3rd of January, not next year, the year after, you're going on holiday, and we fly you first to Fort Lauderdale for a 2-night hotel stay, and the hotel is included absolutely for free. It's room only. Great part of the world again. Well, listen, you know, what's not to love about, well, anywhere in the States really.
Oh, I do love the States.
I love it. I love everything about it. I find it fascinating. The people, the restaurants, the menus, the way things happen. Anyway, let's then move on to cruise, because this is Oasis of the Seas. I love the fact that there's a carousel on board. I mean, why not?
Well, exactly. Well, that's a bit Royal Caribbean. Why not?
Of course.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's bonkers, but it's absolutely brilliant. The climbing wall as well that we're just seeing there, Tori, I always looked at the climbing wall and I thought, you'll never get me, never, in a month of Sundays, you'll get me anywhere near that.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did. And I got halfway up and it's fine until you look down.
Yeah, that's the mistake.
That's definitely
don't look
the mistake.
down.
Keep
Don't
looking
look
up.
down.
I mean, you're all fully attached and everything else, and you have a nice safe landing and whatever. It's brilliant. But it is good, and it feels an achievement to have done it.
Yeah, I mean, when you see people get to the top and they're ringing that
Yeah,
bell, and that you know
and
they've really
look,
achieved it.
Central Park.
Well, and I am biased again, but Central Park is my favourite place on the ship. And it's another early morning, early evening place. So you can grab a real quiet breakfast there. You can hear the bird noise.
Yeah.
13,000 living plants. It's the most incredible area because you can't believe you're on a cruise ship. You look up, you can see the sky.
I know.
It's just amazing.
And for those people as well, and I know I do say this an awful lot, for those people who have this kind of the big ships aren't for me attitude, I quite understand why you would have that if you, having not been on one.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get on one of these larger ships and you're within it, you get to know that everything happens in certain places that are very easy to get to. So it's very easy to navigate. You don't spend your time thinking, where the heck am I?
No.
And you also don't have that feeling of enormity.
Not at all.
I mean, Central Park even, how intimate does that feel?
Really intimate and really peaceful. And you find your different spaces on the ship, but you never get a sense of the number of people that are on board.
No, never.
It's very difficult to describe to people that haven't experienced it.
The configuration is excellent, and that's the experience of Royal Caribbean.
Yeah,
and of course,
absolutely.
remember, Royal Caribbean as a company have been sailing for how long?
Oh, got 50 years.
Right, okay, so over that time, they would have watched the kind of people that are on board, how they use the space, what they like to do, who is cruising. So they've studied that over that that period,
and
those decades.
Every new ship is at least 5 years in the making that they start to really plan, but I think we're really good at getting the flow of the ship right and how each area goes into the next.
Well, the great compliment, of course, you know, imitation is the best form of flattery, or whatever the phrase is, but where Royal Caribbean leads, others follow.
Yeah, we
so
do.
It's great to be the
generally
innovator.
Tend to see some quite familiar things on other people's ships coming in after
absolutely.
us.
And it's Royal that are there first, and it's always nice to have your nose just that slightly further ahead. So we're sailing on this one out of Fort Lauderdale, and we've got our stop at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Tell me.
I'm a little bit excited about this.
Yeah, right, go on. Tell me.
This is one of the things that is so difficult to describe because it is
well, we can see it here as well, yeah.
So I've been lucky enough to go twice, and both times were very different. And the great thing about Perfect Day is you can do it your way. You can do the thrill side of the island. So you've got water park with the tallest slide in North America. You've got wave pools. So much stuff going on for kids. It is like a child's paradise. And then you've got the chill side, so you can just find pure white sand beach, crystal clear waters. You might want to do a cabana for the day. Another one of those places that never feels crowded.
Yeah.
So at full capacity, we've got our new kind of hideaway coming next year as well, which is an adults only area.
Oh, awesome.
That will take the capacity of the island up to 13,000 people.
Oh, amazing.
But you never feel like you're there with that amount of people.
And which is the side of Perfect Day for you then?
I am definitely on the chill side.
Do you know, I knew you would be.
I quite like the thrill as well. I'll do the water slides, but I'm mainly chill.
Dip into the thrill, but mainly chill. I get you. Yeah. And here's the rest of the cruise as well, out to Falmouth in Jamaica, Labadee in Haiti, which is another Royal Caribbean island as well, and then back into Fort Lauderdale as well. You lucky, lucky people. Right, let's price it up, shall we? And make it even more special because, you know, we're celebrating Cruise Week, in fact, in several ways on this one. So, price tag for your package is here. That's the flights and the cruise and the 2-night in Fort Lauderdale as well. 1699 with a £199 deposit if you want to get that booked now. Loads of other dates as well. Dates and prices, you know, obviously will vary by date. But let me make you an offer on this one that if you upgrade to an ocean view, we'll upgrade you again to a balcony with a view over Central Park, which is absolutely brilliant. So you're looking at, it's a balcony that faces into the ship, into the Central Park area. If you're a nosy parker like me, not nosy parker, a very observant people watcher, then that is the perfect one to have. Let's have a look at those details then, shall we? There are other dates in November this year through to April next year, and November next year through to April in 2025. Remember, the price for this one is the 3rd of January in 2025. And if you book this by Sunday, I'll also exclusively send you our Cruise1st Future Cruise voucher, which is going to save you up to £175 off your next cruise booking as well. I tell you what, it's brilliant. All the bells and whistles are on these shows as we celebrate Cruise Week with Clear. Amazing. Tori, I can't believe, where's half an hour gone again?
That's flown by, as always.
I'm so sorry. I feel like you haven't got a word in edgeways.
It's all good.
Will you come back again soon?
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Always
Thank
something
you.
new to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. As soon as those new ships are out as well, we need you definitely back here. Thank you so much, Tori, and thank you to you as well. Look out, there are a whole load of these Cruise Week special shows going on right now, and they are good. Remember, only for this week. If you want to get that Future Cruise voucher as well, book by the end of Sunday. If we can help you with anything, call our team now, free, on 0800 953 4700. See you back here soon.